How about this? Here's Rogan. Here's that Shane Gillis. He does by far the best Trump impersonation, in my opinion. Let's see what's going on here.
The left is the conspiracy people now. They're like, this election was rigged and Trump faked an assassination.
There's a lot of that.
It's like,
Faked an
oh,
assassination.
Dude, I've heard them talk about how the right. I've heard them talk about how the right is created. I've heard them talk about how the right has created $1 billion internet ecosystem of podcasts.
Oh, right.
But imagine that. Like, as if there's some fucking grand conspiracy where a bunch of people just speak freely. So the right has organized this, and he was comparing it to like radicalizing Islamists.
Wow.
He was literally comparing it to like young, confused people get radicalized, and his take on it is that they could be brought towards feminism.
No, we're just trying to sell tickets.
I will say,
woke
politics has extremely helped all of us here.
Here.
Well, politics has been very
Them
beneficial.
coming after us has just raised us up hella.
It also makes you realize you have to say something. You have to say something because they're so insane.
two people now.
It's really just the people that are not vulnerable to the mind virus, the woke mind virus, looked for something else than what they were being offered by mainstream media, right? If you were immune to the woke mind virus, right, it all just seemed ridiculous to you. And you went, well, these people are just lying to me, obviously, right? So you just go find something else. And, new media is interesting in ways that, legacy media can't compete with, like this stream right now, right? It's interactive. You guys are a part of the show. The chat is like half the show now, right? Like that's something just in terms of a format, just in terms of fun and interactivity, that's something that CNN or Fox News or MSNBC can't offer. The thing is that there should be room for everybody. Like I want cable news. I want the CBC in Canada. If the CBC in Canada was objective, if they really took it seriously, if they really took journalistic objectivity seriously, journalistic, principles seriously, I wouldn't have a problem with them getting government funding if it was fair, if they were fair, right? If they were genuinely trying to inform the public. If CNN, MSNBC were really, if the people running that were really concerned with being journalists, not just, narrative enforcers, that would be a good thing. How could that be a bad thing? More information is never bad. It's just that they have totally abdicated any responsibility whatsoever to independent media. They've done it on purpose, and now they're complaining when that mantle has been taken up by people that aren't them, right? Like, it's not my fault that, MSNBC or CBC or the BBC, depending on where you're on, because they're all the same, by the way, everywhere across the world, the Western world, they're all the same. All these outlets are the same. It's like they're all getting the same talking points from the same person. But it's not my fault that they will take a clip of Trump talking about how there'll be a bloodbath in the auto industry if he doesn't get elected. It's not my fault that the people on these legacy media outlets will clip it so that it appears, deceptively edit it, so that they can then say Trump is threatening a bloodbath against everybody who didn't vote for him if he doesn't win. What? Like, it's not my fault that they're doing that. It's not any independent media's fault that they're doing that. It's their fault that they're doing that. It's their fault that they're doing something that can be so easily fact-checked by just anybody with an internet connection. Can go and watch a full 15 seconds of a clip and go, they're lying. They're fucking lying. They're bald face lying to me. Obviously, I should not trust these people anymore. It's not my fault. It's not your fault. It's nobody's fault but their own. Right? No, I didn't tell the ladies on The View to pretend that Joe Rogan believes in dragons. I didn't tell them to do that.
I've heard them talk about how the right has created $1 billion internet ecosystem of podcasts.
Oh, right.
But imagine that. Like, as if there's some fucking grand conspiracy where a bunch of people just speak freely. So the right has organized this.
I mean, it's been said a million times already, but I'll say it one more time. The left had a Joe Rogan, right? And they lost him. They kicked him out. They had a Joe Rogan. They had a bunch of people, and they kicked them out. They were with their, with their enforced, purity tests. Have to agree on everything. The mind virus demands total fealty to the lunacy, right? And if it's not total fealty, you're out. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.